everyone, welcome back to my channel. This video will be a copper patina tutorial. Now there are many different ways to prepare your piece for copper patina and how to finish your piece after you apply the patina. I want to show you the way that I do it because I get great results each time. And I just want to mention that I do have hard water and I use my tap water. So I don't have any issues with any dark spots or anything from the hard water. Let's see, so I use steel wool, melamine sponge, also known as magic eraser, CJ's flux remover, Novacan copper patina, and clarity finishing compound, as well as a microfiber cloth. I have experimented with so many different waxes, cleaners, methods, all of it. But in my opinion, the best way is to use the products that are made for stained glass. Okay, I just finished soldering this piece. So the first thing I want to do is clean it with warm water and CJ's flux remover. And you can use a toothbrush. I like to scrub with a baby hairbrush. I think it works perfect. You want to make sure you really clean your piece well and get all of that flux residue off. The thing I like about CJ's is it gets your solder lines really shiny, and if you read the directions, it even says that it produces a shinier copper finish. So that's why I'm sticking with products that are made for stained glass. Some people like to just use Dawn dish soap, and that's fine. There are so many ways to do this, and to each their own. But I'm going to stick with the tried and true method that I know of. And I just want to mention that I have hard water. A lot of people I know use distilled water, or they use quick clean because sometimes the minerals in hard water can affect your patina, but I haven't had an issue with that. There we go, that's nice and clean. And then I'm going to take it over to my towel and let it dry. Now that my piece is dry, I'm going to take steel wool. Sometimes I use copper wool, but you can use either. Steel wool, copper wool, brass wool. And then I'm just going to clean up the solder lines really well. Make sure there's no oxidation. Really get those lines shiny. Then I like to take a vacuum and make sure all the steel wool scraps aren't still here. Or you can just take a table brush and brush your piece off too. Then after I've steel wooled it, I take a wet magic eraser and go over the solder lines again. This is like a final buffing. That's looking really good. And then you see how dirty this is? That dirty water is on our piece now, so that's why I take it to the sink and wash it again with the CJs to make sure it's really clean and ready for patina. Once again, I'll let this dry, and once this is dry, we can apply the patina. We are ready for patina now. I have Novocan Copper Patina, and I'm just going to apply it with a cotton ball. That looks really nice. Now I just have to do the back side. So now I just let this dry. I never rinse off my copper patina. I never rinse it off with water. I never rinse it off with the quick clean. I might, if there's a lot of excess patina on here, I might just blot it off with a paper towel, but that's it. So now I'm just gonna let that dry, and then it's time for wax. And now we are ready for wax. For copper patina, I love waxing with Clarity Finishing Compound. So the key is you're not going to want to just put the wax on and let it dry. You want to lightly rub the solder seams to kind of polish them before you let the wax dry. So give it a good shake. And then you don't need a lot. That's kind of a lot. Maybe. I take a microfiber cloth, rub it around. So first I just spread it, and then I lightly rub the seams. It'll help brighten those. And make sure there's no tarnishing or anything. But you don't want to rub too hard because the finishing compound does have polishing agents, and if you rub too aggressively and for too long, you could rub off the copper. Okay, and then I'm just gonna let that dry for a minute before I flip it over and do the other side and the edges. Alright, the wax is dried, so now I like to take a microfiber cloth and just clean up the glass and buff the solder lines. And then any crevices where I can't get the wax, I just take a toothbrush, and that does the trick. And here we go. Here is our finished piece with the nice shiny copper patina. Now, if there are any spots that you want to redo because maybe they just didn't turn out right, you can easily just go over that spot with steel wool and the magic eraser and reapply the patina. But I wouldn't try to be too nitpicky with your patina, because if you try to rework it too many times, you could just make things worse. But if you follow this method, it should work for you. Just take your time, make sure things are clean, and hopefully you can get these results. And then just remember that copper patina will darken and age over time, so it's not going to stay this bright forever, but it should stay shiny and it'll get a nice aged copper look and it'll be really pretty.